Hello everyone, I am Manish and currently I am a postdoc research scholar at the Los Alamos National Labs. Firstly, thank you all for coming to my presentation and it's my pleasure to be a part of this session. And today I'll present my paper titled A Deep Q-Learning Based Path Planning and Navigation System for Firefighting Environments, which is based on my PhD work at the University of New Mexico. Firefighting is a dynamic activity involving sudden changes in the environmental conditions and various parameters. Firefighters need to act spontaneously to this change to save their lives and others. The presence of smoke, debris, and fire tend to slow down their performance in path planning and navigation due to near zero visibility conditions. Heightened anxiety levels and stress might compromise their life and others. So, in the left image, you can basically see a firefighter challenged for navigating through the fire. For this kind of navigation, the firefighters need a constant assessment of the surroundings on the situation, and that's basically called as the situational awareness to plan the next set of the actions and coordinate with the team members. Currently, the planning and decision making is done with an incomplete picture of the scene where firefighters coordinate using a handheld portable device for communication between them. Firefighters carry various sensors in a personal gear where the data remains unexploited for situational awareness. So in this research, we propose a framework that can mine this data to construct a complete situational awareness. So the main objective of this paper is to present a proof of concept approach based on deep Q-learning to build a path planning and navigation assistant on a simulated fire environment which is capable of tracking scene changes and offering firefighters alternative routes in dynamically changing fire environments. So we utilize these paradigms to build a framework that teaches the agent about fire avoidance. The framework then deploys a decision process reactive enough to successfully guide the agent through simulated spaces which are as dynamic as those encountered in live fire events. So training in a simulated environment allows us the ability to test a multitude of situations and train the agent for exposure to a vast number of scenarios that would otherwise be impossible in a real life. So as a result, we get a vastly experienced pilot which is capable of presenting quick recommendations to a wide range of situations. The presentation of this technology is meant to serve as the basis upon of which to build a navigation assistant in future work which can be deployed with a robot or navigation engine. The image on the left basically provides an insight to the simulated fire environment in a gaming engine that we would be showing in the next couple of slides. The right image is a 3D layout of the building structure based on which the train agent can perform path planning and navigation. So in this slide, I will talk about existing developments pertaining to the objective of this paper. I will describe the developments in two different sections. The first part would be the path planning and navigation part, and the other part is the deep reinforcement learning. Very small amount of work has been done for path planning and navigation in dynamic and continually changing environment, where a vast majority of researchers investigate efficient algorithms in static environmental conditions. So prominent work in simulation environment for fire involve A-star and colony optimization, particle swarm optimization, and proximate dynamic programming with a fixed decision path. Besides, there have been a couple of reported work where authors use a simulated environment to demonstrate the path planning algorithm. The limitation of such algorithm can easily be observed in firefighting environment, which is highly dynamic, where the agent can't make immediate decisions to alter the initially planned path in middle of the navigation. Reinforcement learning has been one of the prominent tools for path planning these days, where the applications are numerous. RL learns an optimal policy by choosing the actions based on maximizing the sum of expected rewards. So far, the few works demonstrated navigation of a bird or UAV in a simulation environment, but not in a fire environment. So our work is the first one to demonstrate a navigation agent in fire environment. Existing work on deep RL or deep Q-learning include AlphaGo Zero, autonomous driving vehicles, Atari games, SLAMs, etc. Despite great success of deep RL algorithms for path planning and navigation in different scenarios, the exercise of going through numerous failures before the actual success can be expensive in a real-world scenario. The trails of rewards and penalties can prove dangerous in hazardous fire environment, making training and evaluation practically infeasible in a real world setting. So developing a virtual environment imitating the real life fire environment would provide an inexpensive platform for deploying the algorithm for training and evaluation of the agent. So in this work, we will utilize one of such gaming engine called as the Unreal Engine, which provides a real-time pseudo-real learning environment for the navigation agent. So the left image basically demonstrates a path planned by A-star algorithm in a grid space. The right image is a work which is done by the Google DeepMind that demonstrates Atari gameplay with the deep reinforcement learning. So for this work, we have used a gaming platform called Unreal Engine to depict the real fire scenario via a built-in API that executes a CFD-based physics model to render dynamic fire and smoke objects. This gaming platform or this gaming environment provides an external interaction by controls such as the keyboards or VR device. And you can see a screenshot of the framework over here. On the right, you can see a Microsoft AirSim, and we have utilized this platform for communication as a communication interface for the gaming engine with the deep learning framework, which is nothing but the TensorFlow. The existing work on AirSim has shown promising results for autonomous navigation of a drone as well as a vehicle. AirSim provides multiple parameters from the Unreal Engine, such as the RGB feed, IR feed, depth and semantic map, which is processed by the DRL algorithm coded in deep learning framework, outputting one of the controls which is then fed back to the Unreal Engine for the agent control. The DRL framework executed here is the deep Q-learning agent based on policy reward mechanism along with the experience replay. The experience replay buffer basically stores human agent interaction to the environment in addition to the agent interaction with the environment for faster convergence. So once this agent has been sufficiently trained to navigate through various fire environments, the knowledge which is stored in the form of the neural net weights can then be transferred to a cyber human system or rover to provide real-time navigation directions to firefighters on duty to avoid fire and dangerous obstructions. So in this slide, I will be going in details regarding the proposed framework, starting with the objective. The goal of this approach is to develop a virtual agent which can reach destinations safely, navigating fire and dynamic environment by avoiding any possible contact with a simulated fire. So with the knowledge gained, the agent can be prepared to make any sort of immediate decisions regarding to the navigation when encountered a sudden change in environmental conditions. To be able to have such agent, we subject different adverse environmental conditions to the agent and allow it to be able to navigate to destination to a defined success level. Second, the observations for a DQL model are collected through the agent field of view from the Unreal Engine using the AirSim app. So with the AirSim app, the deep Q-learning framework has access to various feeds from the scene, including the RGB, infrared, depth, and semantic information. Among these, we are particularly interested in the infrared images, considering their availability during firefighting scenario. This enables the vision through the smoke and fire. So the base deep learning framework for feature extraction has been trained with the infrared images. Other observations which are also available with the AirSim app are the camera position and the agent position, which we have not currently used but we aim to explore in the future. So third, for the ease of the implementation and demonstration of our proof of concept, we have discretized the action space into 5 actions, which are the move forward, backward, left, turn right, and jump. With these motions, the agent is able to navigate in the structural building comprising ladders and furnitures. These set of motions can also be applied for navigating in wildfires and various scenarios. Fourth, it is important to design a reward and penalty so that the agent can find a safe and minimal trajectory to the target. So in addition to the common objective of finding the minimal trajectory, it is vital to find the safe path in a dynamic fire environment, which increases the complexity of the optimization problem. So for this experiment, we have set a penalty of -10 and a reward of -10 for getting in touch with the fire and a reward of +10 for reaching the goal safely. Next, to speak about the problem statement, the IRL agent basically pivots the action in the direction of maximizing total rewards. The deep Q-learning framework encodes the experience of the agent into the neural net parameters and associated hyperparameters. The base deep learning framework extracts the feature from the images and these features are then used as a pseudo-state representations, which are then fed to a multi-layered perceptron which approximates the policy function to output one of the actions. The objective function used to access model performance is given by g equals to g x theta, that is equals to g x beta theta theta, where g is the navigation problem, theta and beta are the parameters of the navigation agent, and x is the observation. So j is basically used to measure the correctness of the navigation. About the model is designed to find an optimal policy to navigate in fire settings. A deep learning framework is trained for nonlinear approximation of the policy function pi, where for action A at time t is sampled as A is pi of si, st and beta, where pi is the policy function, A is basically the action at time t, beta is the neural net parameters, si is the current observation frame, and st is the target observation frame. So here, once the deep learning model estimates the target, the RL proposes the navigation paths to safely navigate the destination. So in this slide, I'll provide a detailed insight to the deep Q-learning framework deployed in the project. So here is the outline of the proposed algorithm, where it can also be broken down into the different blocks, where the first blocks are initialization, followed by the epsilon greedy policy, the state changes, the experience replay samplings, the Bellman updates, and finally the loss compute. So I'll go in depth regarding each of these blocks. So the idea is basically to learn the action value function q of s and a to quantify the effectiveness of taking an action at a particular state. So with our neural net model, we aim to approximate the q function with the neural net parameters. To estimate the optimal q, we use the Bellman equations, which are performed iteratively with dynamic programming. To start with, the model first observes a grayscale framed x of t from the gaming engine, and then based on the action predicted by the neural net followed by the execution, the agent receives an reward rt for a change in the environment. So to estimate the q function, we consider a sequence of actions and observations for each of the gameplay episode, which is given as st equals to x1, a1, x2, a2 up to at minus 1 xt, for t being the finite time where the game terminates. Because of the agent's successful navigation or unsuccessful death in the fire. Here to estimate the q star s of a with neural net parameters beta, the approximated n and q function is q s a beta, where for the convergence we expect that this approximated q function almost equivalents to the true q function. The NN is trained with an objective of minimizing the sequence of the loss functions L of k, which is given in this expression, where yk basically stands for the target for iteration k. The psi is basically the probability distribution of sequence S and action A. The neural net then back propagates the gradient, which is given as this expression, and based on this gradient, the neural net parameters are updated as this expression. So experience replay is basically used to improve the convergence. The experience calculations presented result from the human controlled navigation training and the interaction with the environment. So based on the human interaction, various episodes E1, E2 up to En are then stored into a memory buffer M. So during the inner loop Q-learning updates, a sample of experience are drawn randomly from memory buffer M. The agent then selects and executes an action based on the epsilon greedy policy. This approach of sampling randomly from experience replay enables the agent to learn more rapidly via improved exposure to the reactions to different environmental conditions during an episode of training. It also allows the model parameters to be updated based on a diverse and less correlated state action data. So this algorithm corresponding to the deep Q-learning is basically again it's presented here. Here, our proposed DQN framework is built on top of the BGG16-like framework as shown in the figure, and this BGG-16 structure produces 4096 features for an input image of size 224 by 224. So, since the frames that coming from the Unreal Engine are of different dimensions, we rescale these images before we fit to this CNN framework, and once we during the training this feature extraction, so during the training of this entire block, we freeze these the feature extraction block and only train the Q network block. And here while we do the actual training, we feed a stack of 4 frames so as to accumulate the histories to account the past sequence of actions of the agent. So the features corresponding to these 4 frames are stacked to generate a 4 by 4096 matrix, which is then projected into a 512D embedding space, and finally output of this fully connected layer is then passed through another fully connected layer of 5 outputs to produce 5 policy outputs, which gives probability over actions and value output. So the implementation of the DQN was done in TensorFlow on a Dell NVIDIA GeForce 1080 Ti. The DQN is trained with a RMS probe optimizer with a learning rate of 10 to the power minus 4 and a batch size of 32. So we use a epsilon greedy approach, starting epsilon with 1 and decay to 0.1 over 5000 frames. Later the training was just carried out with a learning rate of 0.1. The whole training was performed with as many as 100,000 frames with a replay memory of 20,000 frames. The navigation performance was basically measured by the agent's ability to reach 100 different target sets in a given fire environment. The action of this agent in the navigation are shown in this figure in the right, and here you can see like the agent taking the motions such as like turning the left, moving forward, turning right, and the jumping. So as it is difficult to average the trajectory length due to the continuous change in the environment and change in the paths. So for this specific application, it is important to avoid fire, which one needs to trade off with time. So in the future work, we look forward to constrain the time and weigh the RL model for rewarding and penalizing accordingly. To quantify the efficacy of the proposed framework, we increase the fire volume per scene from 10% to 80%, adding fire to random locations. The shortest path or which include the DFS or BFS failed to reach destination for almost all attempts, whereas our proposed algorithm was able to navigate per fire volume as high as 76%. So in this table you can basically see that when the fire volumes are greater than 30%, then the shortest path planning algorithm success rate is only 5%, whereas with the DQN it's 90%. And as we keep increasing the fire volume per scene, and then once it exceeds 76%, the shortest path planning is completely fails to reach to the destination, whereas our algorithm is successful 75% of times. So for extreme fire conditions, the rewards were increased and additional penalties such as distance to fire were defined to enable the agent to navigate to destination with a narrow escape. The knowledge gained by this agent in certain fire volume conditions enable it to navigate for any other fire volumes. So finally, to conclude in future directions, so in this work we propose a novel deep Q-learning based agent to aid firefighters so as to eliminate the faulty decision made by them under the stress. The proposed framework is able to make decisions for navigation in adaptive way in a fire scene. Unreal Engine was used to emulate the fire environment, and AirSim was used as a communication app. With the acquired knowledge, the agent was able to navigate extreme fire conditions. So in the future, we look forward to utilize A2C and A3C based reinforcement learning models to train multi agents parallelly to accelerate the deep learning, the learning process with multiple goals, as well as to open the scope for collaborative learning. In the future work, we also look forward to incorporate an integrated path planning framework combined with an object detection to make a robust navigation assistant that is capable of understanding the surrounding environment outside of fire presence and then recommend best paths to firefighters. To deploy the agent in real fire situation, we also aim to first construct the 3D map based on multimodal data, which comprises the RGB infrared and depth map, which is collected from various sensors attached to firefighters' body sensors. So the map can be imported to the emulator to train the agent in a more natural local-like environment. The proposed system is intended to be integrated in a geographic and a visual environment with data of the floor plan, which will also include information about the fire locations, doors, windows, detected firefighter cell condition of the firefighters, and other features that are collected from sensors carried in the firefighter gear. So this information will be transmitted over a robust communication system to an incident commander to produce a fully flexed situational awareness system, and that's what the goal of the paper is. And thank you very much everyone for your time, and I'll be more than happy to take any questions. Thank you.